Morning. All right, this little fella right here, that is an engine fan belt to the combine. That little $90 belt shut down an entire operation yesterday. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to gather up some tools, wait for it to get daylight out, and we're going to go try and install that fan belt relatively quickly. I'm hoping it won't be a big pain in the butt, but it's a combine, tight quarters, it probably will be. Regardless, we're going to get that back installed so we can get back up and cutting again. But first I got to gather up some tools that I think I might need. All right, it's daylight. Let's go see if we can fix this combine. I was looking on my YouTube studios yesterday. YouTube went through and like cleaned out fake accounts and everything. I dropped 100 subscribers yesterday. Unbelievable. But at any rate, they do this like twice a year. That's why my subscriptions fluctuate so bad. But subscribers, like I'll climb, and then all of a sudden I'll drop back down, and then climb, drop back down. Is what it is. All right, let's go fix a combine. I'm not gonna lie, they don't make this easy to get to. Right now what I'm doing is there were 2 bolts on this sieve right here, on this shiv. The bolts had these collars on them. Take the bolts out, remove the collars, and then tighten the bolts up, and what it does is it compresses this spring right here and opens this shiv up. Because this is a variable speed shiv, you want to open the shiv up to its widest setting. Then you can fish the belt in around there, put it on the fixed shiv, and then put it over the wide open one. And then as you're taking the bolts out and closing the shiv, you want to spin it. That way the belt doesn't get pinched in there. And then replace those two bushings. I finally got fed up with it, and I downloaded the repair manual off Facebook or off the internet. I have to remove that air box, which was a pain in the butt. Took me a half hour. Now, supposedly, I removed these access panels, and then I can access right in there for this side. And then I got to go in the other side of the engine bay and remove access panel there to get to that other pulley. And supposedly down on the other side of those access panels is the relief valve to take the pressure off of that one pulley. And then I should be able to weasel the belt on. I'm not liking this project at all. I'm gonna punch an engineer in the face. It does access it better. That right there is where I need to go. But this is not gonna fit in that. Garbage. I guess I gotta take the air box off too. It says nothing in the instructions about removing this. Not a fan. Not a fan at all. Okay, fat guy can fit. Access 1 done. Now I have to go over to the other engine bay, the other side of the engine bay, and find this bleeder screw. It just dawned on me. This combine has 2 alternators. I've never seen something with 2 alternators before. I gotta show you this. The bleeder screw I have to access. I'm gonna use this as a wand. I had to crawl down in here, and it is down in there. I got it open, so now I have to remove all the bolts and screws that I put here, because I got to open this panel and get a pry bar in there and open that shiv, and then hopefully I can put this belt on. Look it, I got them both open. So now I'm skipping a step. You're supposed to take the fan off. I'm gonna try and weasel the belt in around the fan without taking it off. I have a feeling it's gonna end up biting me in the butt, but we're gonna try it. I've had success in the past doing other belts that way. Oh yeah, the fan had to come off. Garbage. But that's okay. I think future reference, it would be easier to pull the fan shroud because the fan shroud is in 4 pieces. And I think I'm going to disassemble that now to put the fan back on, because it was a real pain in the butt to do it without it, or with it on. So now that the belt is on, now we start the assembly process. Put the fan back on, tighten up that bleeder screw, put that shield back on, come back up here, back off the shiv and put those spacers back in it, and then basically assemble the air. It said that I ran out of battery. I didn't. But anyway, after we do all that, we got to put the air box back in, and then hopefully we'll move to the next field and see how wet those beans are. I mean, it's only noon right now. I'm going to throw you guys on the charger in my truck while I'm putting that together. So far, so good. This was going to be the next field I'm going to. They must have got some rain down here, because the pods aren't shelling and the beans are wet, like mush wet. I have another farm down in this area I'm gonna go try and bite into those beans, and if they're wet too, then I'm just gonna shut the combine off and probably call it a day at this point, because no sense moving and can't cut. Well, the other farm's too wet. They must have got a little bit of rain down here in the middle of the night. So I'm gonna go back and to the farm and get in the tractor and bring the tractor out here and start doing some fall tillage. It's plowing up good. I'm quite impressed. That first pass over there, I didn't really sink the plow in very well, but this pass is doing pretty good. It might be just because it's next to the trees and it's drier. There's 9 deer standing right there. They don't give 2 craps that I'm out here plowing their food under. Back there was a little buck standing there, just watching me drive by. I don't know if you guys are going to see it real well, but you need to see all these flying rats. There's probably 500 of them here right now and more coming in. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's crazy. Whew. I'm not gonna lie, that sun goes down and it gets chilly quick. All right, guys, I'm ending the video here, I think. I think that's enough of this video. I did some plowing this evening. Got the combine up and going. Hopefully tomorrow it will dry out and I can start cutting beans and hopefully get some beans knocked out and done. I have less than 100 acres to do. I think it's like 90 I have left to cut for beans. And then I still have 220 acres of corn to do. But that'll be for a different video. All right, guys, thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one.